What's up everyone, my name is Derknomicon and today we're going to talk about a character class from Elder Scrolls games of the past and how you can use it in the present. Here on Skyrim, of course. The class of the day is none other than the Agent. Agents use their wit, cunning, charms, stealth, and a lot of illusion magic to complete their tasks. That and a handy-dandy bow to shoot people in the face. The Agent also thinks darkness is his ally. He was born in it, molded by it, until he saw the light, per se, and got recruited by the Imperial Army and became an agent of stealth and thievery, sent on special missions to gain war plans from the Stormcloaks to deliver to his higher-ups. Like in my previous videos, there will be navigation links in the description, that way you can fast travel to certain parts of the video for your convenience. Now let's talk more about the Agent. Anyone can become an agent, but I chose to stick with the Imperial race. Imperials gain a +5 to heavy armor, block, destruction, and enchanting, along with a +10 to restoration. Sadly, none of these added points will benefit this build, but that doesn't really matter since you can make a character build any way you want it in this game. Imperials also have their unique race power called Voice of the Emperor, which calms nearby enemies for 30 seconds. This ability is perfect for the Agent if he needs to get out of a pickle lickety-split. Now let's talk about the standing stones this build will use. After leaving Helgen and waltzing up to the standing stones, take the Thieves Stone to help level up your thieving skills much faster than usual. After getting a ton of levels and getting closer to the endgame, I recommend you go and grab the Lord Stone, which grants you 50 points of damage resistance and plus 25% magic resistance. Now onto the factions. The Agent learned a lot growing up on the streets. How to steal, how to get away from the guards, how to talk his way out of going to jail, or into a woman's heart. Then one day, after a bit of thieving in solitude, he gets caught by Imperial soldiers. They take the Agent to General Tullius and he gives him two choices: rot in jail or fight for the Empire. Of course the Agent still wanted some freedom in his life to pursue his dream of joining the greatest guild of all time, the Thieves Guild. And since he was part of the Imperial Army, he would be able to make sure to remain off their radar to continue his thieving. But during the Agent's time in Skyrim, dark days set upon the living when more and more random vampire attacks occur. With so much death, General Tullius hears rumors about the group calling themselves the Dawn Guard. He gives you a special mission to gain access into their ranks and see if you can help put an end to these bloodsuckers. Alright, with the factions out of the way, we can talk about the stats. The stats required for this build are as followed. 40% goes into health and stamina, while the remaining 20% will go into magicka. That way the Agent can manipulate people around him to gain access to records and high-priced items. Now onto the gear the Agent will wear in heists and missions to come in the future. For the apparel, we will be going with an Apprentice Hood, which grants the wearer an additional 40 points in the magicka. Next is the non-hooded Dunmer Blue outfit, which increases the wearer's magicka regeneration by 75%. And then lastly, for the feet, we will be wearing the shrouded shoes found in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. The only way to get them is by beginning the Dark Brotherhood questline and killing either one or three of the hooded individuals in the abandoned shack outside of Solitude. After getting access to the Sanctuary, just grab the shoes and go. The Agent isn't much for murder and kills if he has to. Next we have the weapon of choice this build will use, and that weapon is the Imperial Bow. Although not much in the damage department, but the Agent always liked the craftsmanship the Imperials had when it came to weaponry. Feel free to use any arrows you wish to launch at your future attackers. Now as far as jewelry goes, I chose to wear the Amulet of Articulation, which will help persuasion checks and dialogue almost always succeed, and it will increase your speechcraft by a certain percent. And for a ring, if you come across any ring that boosts archery, wear it. That or any other enchantment that you deem fit for your build is good as well. Alright, now let's talk about the skills that help make this build what it is. In the Illusion Tree, you will go from Novice up to Expert, grab Animage, Kindred Mage, Quiet Casting, Hypnotic Gaze, Aspect of Terror, and Rage. Next, in the Archery skill tree, get all 5 of Overdraw, Eagle Eye, 1 point in Steady Hand, Critical Shot, Power Shot, Hunter's Discipline, Ranger, and Quick Shot. Next, in the Lockpicking skill tree, Novice up to Master, Quick Hands, and Locksmith. In the Sneak skill tree, grab all 5 of Stealth, Backstab, Deadly Aim, Muffled Movement, Lightfoot, Silent Roll, Silence, and Shadow Warrior. Next, in the Speech skill tree, all 5 of Haggling, Allure, Merchant, Investor, Fence, Bribery, Persuasion, and Master Trader. And lastly, in the Blacksmithing skill tree, grab the Steel perk. Alright, now as far as companions go, the Agent only sees companions as a nuisance, unneeded heavy foot subs that would help stomp his way into the nearest jail cell in one of the major cities. So, I mean, if you really need a companion, by all means go ahead, but the Agent doesn't really need it. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to talk about are the spells. Since you're going into Illusion, I would say grab Clairvoyance. I know that's kind of a weird spell to use because, I mean, everyone knows where everything's at because the game's kind of old. And then the last 3 spells, grab Invisibility, Pacify, and Rout. There you have it, the Agent class from Elder Scrolls Past. The Imperial soldier who is also a part-time thief and vampire slayer and only cares about gaining riches for himself and keeps the Empire happy enough to keep them off of his trail. I hope you enjoyed this nostalgic build from Elder Scrolls games of the past, and I hope this build encourages you to play some more Skyrim until a new Elder Scrolls game is released, if that ever happens. Thanks for watching the video all the way through if you did. Please leave a like or a dislike and tell me what you thought about the video down in the comments below. Please feel free to share this video and subscribe for future builds, and I will see you in the next video.